Yeah, some spite went into this one. I was scrolling around YouTube to see what people were doing with the Chaos Gundam until I spotted a particular word on a thumbnail. Busaiku. It means butt ugly, cheeks fugly, aesthetically deficient. Now, I know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's a very subjective thing. I get it. The person in the video even did an awesome job of working on it, but I gotta defend my boy's honor. Hey guys, Steb here. Today I'm going to be completing the Chaos Gundam to hopefully show off how cool it is. To do so, there's a rule that I want to abide by, and that is to retain the kit's essence. I've seen some pretty cool Chaos Gundams around, but with a decent amount of kit bashing done to them. I would see the Impulse or the Freedom being used as a base, and that alone would already give it a super sleek and modern look. I've also seen instances of the Gundam Death Sight's head and face being used as a complete replacement. Nothing wrong with kit bashing, but me, I want to appreciate more of the kit that I have here. So I really like the bulky proportions that the kit has, and its face has a charm to it that I don't see much with other Gundam types. On my previous video, I did give it a bigger backpack from the 1-100 kit and swapped a hand part, but I think it's within the rule that I made. Aesthetically, I really don't like the swivel here. This bicep being two halves just does not sit right with me. I know it's for articulation, but let's kill it. For this and most other process, I like using super glue. Some people like using plastic cement, but considering each of their pros and cons, I would say it's just a matter of preference. Articulation is overrated. If a kit can stand still and look cool, that's good enough for me. Because this kit doesn't have much detail, I'm going to scribe over most molds to make it look more defined. For kits that are quote-unquote too plain, it makes a world of a difference doing this process. After panel lining, these molds become additional detail. It might be a bit subtle when looking at it individually, but I think it comes together really nicely at the end. Then more basic surface treatment. I take care of all the seams while making sure to sand super cleanly just in case I want to do a glossy finish. And if you're interested in improving your sanding, I did make a video on that too. It's going to be in the description below, so check it out. Now this part of the knee is extremely hollow. Usually I don't mind if it's not too visible, but it is quite noticeable from above. So I'm going to use the kit's runners to fill it in. I cut some of the runner tags and fill it alongside super glue to fill in the rest of the gaps. Then I sand the surface flush. Just to show how it looks painted over, it is a success. Superglue dries way faster than putty, especially with accelerator, which is why I definitely prefer this method. Maybe I can make a video on this. And with the surface treatment stuff out of the way now, I want to talk a little bit about painting this kit. To be honest, I wasn't sure on what finish to use for this kit. Do I go for the gloss finish that I've been using? With the Chaos Gundam's military green color scheme and its plain-like backpack, I decided on a matte finish this time. And I wasn't a fan of the previous paint job that I did on the 1-100, which is why I ended up dropping it. Instead of doing the usual shading that I like, I added some spots and texture instead. I do so by covering the piece I'm painting with a stretched out wet wipe. It's a technique that I've always wanted to try. At first, it was quite tricky to control, but I think I got some of it down. And I really like the results, so I'm going to try mastering it. So that was fun, but unfortunately, good things don't always last. I had quite a bit of masking to take care of, and the reason why I don't really like masking is, well, it takes a lot of planning. from layering colors to knowing when each section dries so I can continue painting. Not to mention the actual act of cutting and placing the tape is a whole nother level of focus that's required. Luckily, it went quite smoothly this time, which is going to wrap up the painting process. So we are almost at the finish line, but I still can't loosen up quite yet. This is where things can go really south if I didn't plan out certain assemblies or make enough clearance. So I lost its chin, and I don't remember painting it, and it's really small, probably smaller than a nub. Instead of wasting time looking for something that's probably been thrown away already, I'm going to make a replacement out of plot plate. And after making something that resembles it, I paint it in a hurry. And I really don't want to wait any more days to let it dry, so I just let it sit in front of my fan for a couple hours while assembling the rest of the kit. Good news, I did a pretty good job with the clearance. There were some scares, but it worked out. Thank you, past Steb. And because making clearance means making connections more loose, I have to glue some parts. Instead of super glue or plastic cement, I opt for Tamiya's Craft Bond. I like this one because it doesn't melt through the paint film unlike the other two options. It doesn't have the strongest hold, but I think it's good enough for a model kit. I don't really touch my kits too much after completion anyway, so this works for me. And this is the completed Chaos Gundam. I think it looks really cool. Mostly because the base kit is really cool. I did add some flavors to it, yeah, but this is still the same kit almost at its entirety, so yeah, get a Chaos Gundam. It is dope. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you next time. Bye.